Hey everyone! As always, Jarek here, and today's video is a little bit different. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Tonor TC30. Full disclosure, this video is sponsored by Tonor. However, they didn't even give me like bullet points to talk about or anything they really wanted me to talk about. They basically just said, we're going to give you the microphone, give us your honest review. So that's what I'm going to do. Straight out of the box, there is virtually no setup. The mic already comes installed in the shock mount and on the tripod. The only thing you have to do is pop the pop filter in place. I was actually really surprised that this came with a shock mount. I thought it was just going to be firmly attached to the tripod, but no, this is a shock mount. The microphone simply sits in these elastic bands on its own. This reduces the vibrations of any desk it's sitting on and overall cuts down on background noise. So already you have all of the basics for this microphone to simply just function. You don't need to buy anything else. You get the microphone and you're getting everything you need. It also comes with a USB-C cable, which is roughly the same length as my arm span, so about 6'5", which is a pretty decent length for a cable. It won't reach across the entire room, but it's more than long enough to reach from under your desk to the back of it. This microphone really is plug and play. You just plug the USB into the back of the microphone, and there you go. Unfortunately, one of the downsides I found with this microphone is that there is no way to control the microphone from the microphone itself. And what I mean by that is there's no mute button, there's no knobs to turn it up or down. You have to do everything in Windows. Personally, I don't really like that. I have a bunch of controls on this microphone. Hell, if I want to mute it, I can just tap the top of it. So that's really convenient for a streamer, but it's not something I would say is an absolute necessity. It's just something I've gotten used to and would like to have. The microphone itself is entirely made of plastic. It's not brittle, it doesn't feel like I could snap it in my hands. However, the only metal piece I've found on it is just the arm of the pop filter. This isn't a horrible thing. I mean, this microphone has a lot of plastic and it's way more expensive. As long as your plastic is durable, that's perfectly fine. Now, I'm not usually a huge fan of these little tripods because I can't really move the microphone where I need it to be. So if you're like me and you prefer to use like a boom mic stand or something like that, you can simply unscrew this tripod. It has threadings underneath there and screw it into whatever stand you can use. But this little tripod is of decent quality. This one is entirely of metal, feels sturdy, and it's got little rubber feet, so it won't slide around. So now we are at the same setup I use when I'm streaming. That's why there's this big overlay around me and another me up there. That's usually just where my webcam is, and this is usually where the game is. But just to really drive home the fact that this is the setup I use while I am streaming. And I do stream and make videos full time. And whether you believe it or not, or have realized it or not, I am using the Tonor microphone right now. This doubles as the test. I really wanted to see how many of you would actually notice the quality difference between microphones. You probably did, but it's not as severe as I thought it would be. Like for $30, this quality is actually pretty decent. But I also want to do a few other tests. Now the microphone right now is at 70%. That's about what I would recommend for a condenser microphone. If you turn it up, it'll just pick up everything else around you. But that's also exactly what I want to test. I'm going to do a little bit of typing on my keyboard, which is a pretty loud mechanical keyboard, I would say. Now I'll do some clicking around with my mouse. Just see if that will pick it up. And then I'll do a little bit of tapping on the shock mount, just see how much this microphone will really hear. Then tapping on the desk. Well, knocking on the desk, I should say. And now I want to move a little bit further away, just so you can kind of hear what it sounds like when you move away from the microphone. Really far away. A condenser mic can pick up and will pick up everything around you, but it's not going to sound very good. So I would recommend being roughly around here while you're talking into this microphone. And this is with no effects added to this microphone. This is just this microphone raw. But now I'll do one more test. My computer is just under my desk, not far away. I'm going to turn up the level to 100% just to see how much it'll pick up around my room. And if my roommate is playing a loud game or if a loud car drives by, you would definitely hear it. All right, turning it to 100%. And now we're back down to 70%. This should give you a good idea of what a condenser microphone can and will pick up around your room. I used a condenser microphone for a long time, so I'm very well acquainted with them at this point. However, there's one more thing I want to show off, and that is if you have access to an RTX GPU, you can use NVIDIA Broadcast. NVIDIA Broadcast is a really good program that totally cuts out almost all background noise. It's not just like a noise gate where if it's loud enough to get over a certain decibel, it'll just let it through. No, it's actively trying to pick up only human voices. So let me swap over to NVIDIA Broadcast now. And that should have made a huge difference. This is still the same microphone, keep in mind. Now, the reason I point out NVIDIA Broadcast is because it will basically give you all the advantages of a condenser microphone, yet throw out all the disadvantages. And I use it. I use it for literally every video, for every stream. It's a really, really good program that will boost the quality of your microphone for free if you have that GPU. So I guess that's not free, but kind of free, you know what I'm saying. And really, just to hammer home this point, I'm going to turn off NVIDIA Broadcast real quick. All right, so we're now no longer using NVIDIA Broadcast. I'm going to turn on my AC. So this microphone should be fully picking up this AC. But now I'm going to swap back to NVIDIA Broadcast. Same exact microphone. So this is the difference you'll get. You can get the full quality of only a $30 microphone with no background noise, and it's actually insane. So what's my final conclusion of this microphone? Well, there's a reason I decided to accept this sponsor, and that's because this, for the price, is perfect if you're getting into content creation. I get a lot of comments asking what equipment I have and what they should buy to get into making videos, and I always tell them, use what you have. If you have an old webcam sitting around with a mic in it, use that webcam. You got your phone? Use the microphone on your phone. I've been doing this for a very long time. And when I first started, I didn't really have any great equipment. I didn't even have a microphone anywhere near the $30 quality microphone sitting in front of me. And yes, this microphone is not the same quality as this microphone. However, this microphone costs like $170, then you have the shock mount, then you have the boom mic stand, then you have the pop filter. This whole setup is around $200, which is a lot more than $30. I never tell anyone that when they're first getting into content creation to get this. I tell them to get something like this if they're planning on buying anything at all, or if they want to make that next step. Creating videos is a learning process. I never tell anyone to immediately dive all into something you don't really know you're going to fully commit to. You don't know your routine yet, you don't know how to really make content. I mean, hell, your content is almost certainly going to change over the years. And something like this $30 microphone is absolutely perfect for starting out. And I can guarantee you, you are going to use this microphone for quite a while. That's what I did. I started making videos back in 2007 and I used the same microphone from like 2009 all the way up till about 2018. This is the microphone that is probably going to last you the longest. You should only really be looking at buying a professional grade microphone if that's just what you do now. That's just sort of your life. You've been sucked in. And when that time comes, you're going to be spending a lot more money. Like I said, this whole setup's about $200, but if you want to get the higher grade quality, that's going to cost you about $300 for the microphone alone. So for someone just starting out, this is a great product you can buy. In fact, I'd go so far as to say as right now in 2021, this is the best budget microphone you can get. So hey, if you want a Tonor TC30 for yourself, check the link down below in the video information. That's where you can go ahead and buy this. There's also a link down below in the video information for a giveaway. They are giving away 2 of these to my viewers, so be sure to check that out as well. So a big thanks goes to Tonor for sponsoring this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.